Hi, waiting for YouTube. Now YouTube's here. Hi everyone. How you doing? Thanks for coming. How is there nobody here and I still have a like? Oops. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. Today's day 31 of these live streams. We're still going. You guys are still showing up, so that's a good thing. Thanks so much for being here. I really do look forward to this part of my day. I even put makeup on for you and like a little bit of mascara, and I do my eyebrows, and that's it. But I make an effort because 10 minutes ago I did not have makeup on. Yeah, today's day 30 for being here. Thank you for being a part of this with me, and I'm just gonna keep doing these until we're allowed to go back outside again, and then maybe I will just keep going because they are fun. Like, it's so easy to do that. Why not do this every day? This has become an essential part of my daily socialization. I hope that it's become a daily part of yours. I'm really happy that we're all becoming friends. So yeah. So every week I've been giving you a combo when we build on it every week, breaking things down. If you've missed any of the other live streams, all 30 past ones that I've done, you can go to my YouTube. Just go Michelle Krista Smith in YouTube and I'll pop up. All of them are in there because I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time, because I do like to talk. Some of them are like 40 minutes long. Yeah, all of that stuff is there on YouTube. So yeah, so thanks so much for being here. Today I'm gonna add on the last little part of the combo we've been doing since Saturday, and then we'll figure out what goes on from there. I'm just waving at some people. Yeah, so an exciting thing for me just popped up. A friend of mine, Zandera, who is like this badass stunt driver and like drifter and stuff. She's awesome. She has a warehouse and she's not in town, and her warehouse is clean and sanitary. And so I might have a bigger space to go to, not talking to anybody. There's nobody there. All I have to do is drive my car there and open the door, and I might have some space. So I might be in a different space in the next little while. I've been very aware of trying. Somebody just called me from Florida. That's cool. Anyway, so hopefully that'll all work out, and I hope that it is socially responsible as I can be. Like I said, the space is clean and I'm clean. I've been inside for 33 days, so we're good. Not talking or touching anybody. Anyway, so let's get started. So I'm gonna say this every time. Remind me if I don't. This is a 4-foot wood dowel from Home Depot. You do not need a fancy staff to do any of this stuff. Whatever you have in your house is going to be fine. You could use a broomstick, take off the little handle. You could use an umbrella. You use a golf club if it's not too heavy and scary and metal. A baseball bat, again, if it's not too heavy and scary and metal. Cali sticks work great. Anything you've got, really. Somebody in one of my classes the other day did it with a feather duster. Like, somebody showed me a video of doing stuff with a cucumber. Like, be resourceful, be creative. You don't go to Home Depot, but if you can order one of these online, do it. It's gonna cost you about $6. They're already pre-cut to 4 feet. This is a little bit smaller than an inch diameter. This is hockey tape. You could use any tape. Hockey tape is my go-to tape. Also, I live in Canada, so it's everywhere. Yeah, that's my spiel. You can use whatever stick you like. So we started the combo with a hand roll, thumb or pinky to thumb. It goes straight into backhand flip, catch plane, going into backhand flip, catch backhand. I've gone over that several times over the last couple of days, so I'm just gonna skip right through that. I'll just do it one more time slow. But again, if you did miss any of my live streams, you can just go to my YouTube. It's all right there, okay? So don't feel like you're like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because everybody, the skill that I'm going to add on at the end, this one, everybody will be able to do that, okay? Literally everybody. You don't. It doesn't even spin. You just send it behind you. Anyway, so the first one you're going to do, you're just going to catch it palm up normally. Second one, you're going to turn your hips and catch it in the opposite hand with a straight arm for your backhand catch. Then you're gonna move on to, just gonna adjust the screen. Then you're gonna move on. As soon as you catch this, you're gonna follow the rotation. You're gonna start swinging your arm clockwise to yourself. So you are your own clock. I know it looks like I might be going counterclockwise. I don't know how the video was mirrored, but you're going clockwise to yourself. So you're starting at 6, 9, noon. At noon, you're going to do your high whip, which is the tutorial I posted yesterday. So again, I'm not going to go through that. It's literally the last video, the high-low whip head catch with the lightsaber. That's what the skill is. So around the circle, do your high whip. You're going to pull this arm down through 3, goes behind your back. You're going to counter twist a little bit. You're pushing out behind you because we're switching to a horizontal plane, not hitting the fridge today. I did that yesterday. This one lassos around, then you're grabbing the bottom end for your strike. So I'm grabbing the bottom end with my opposite hand, pulling that under my armpit at the same time as I'm pushing my opposite arm forward. And then right away, as soon as I hit that wall, I'm going to pull it back and send the top end out. So it goes whack, whack. And that's really quick. And like I was saying before, you can get your hips involved so that you're not having to use so much of your arms. If you literally do this, everything that you send out comes from the floor. It comes from here, sets up here. Everything's twisting. This is where all my power is so that when my punch, my hips, so that I don't have to haul this thing around, even though it's super light, okay? So that's as far as we got yesterday. Bam, bam. From here, notice that I have one hand under, one hand over, okay? What we're gonna do with this overhand is we're gonna slide the stick towards the top. So my top end is this one at the moment. We're gonna take this overhand and I'm just gonna push and slide it along my other, I'm talking too fast for my brain. You're going to slide it on your underhand. So it goes like that. And you're going to go all the way till your hand pretty much reaches the other hand. Maybe like the equivalent of edge of tape. So if my underhand is here, I'm only going to push to there as I extend behind me. So if I come this way, I'm pushing the staff to about here. And then once I get to that edge of tape or whatever the equivalent is for you and the tool you're using, you just want more stick on the top end. Then I'm going to straighten my arm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my palm up so that the bottom end of my stick is laying across my arm. And if you can see me from back here, can you see this? This bottom end is poking to the outside of my shoulder, okay? Not too far, just slightly so that it can pass behind you like this, because that's what our next movement is going to be. We're going to pull it behind our head. Okay, so strike 1, strike 2, pushing out. Whoa. Making sure this one goes on top of your arm and your palm is up. So literally I'm just holding it on top of my arm. I have my finger out like this. If you had a heavier staff, you would really need something to hold the weight of the staff on the other side. So I'm using my finger to do that. It also gives me a pretty good indication of what direction my staff is pointed. Okay, so from here, this is one of my all-time favorite skills that requires no amount of skill, but it looks effing cool, okay? So what you're gonna do is, this is called a dead stick. I'm gonna take this stick. My goal is to keep this stick as horizontal as possible. So you see how my stick is flat? I'm gonna pull the stick back and I'm going to try and maintain that flatness. And I want the stick to come all the way to this side of my body. I'm going to do this on the rug. So I'm going to pull and then I'm just going to let go. So I'm going from straight arm, pulling straight to the back with a bent arm. Notice how it's just passing behind my shoulder and my ear. Once I get to there, because I put it in motion, all I have to do is let go and it falls to the other side. And you just want it to just maintain this like an arrow kind of thing. I guess maybe that's what I could call this skill. This skill has no name, so please, I am open to names. So yeah, so you just want it to be like an arrow or a torpedo shooting behind you, but you want it to maintain its horizontal pattern the whole time. So it's not going to spin at all. It's doing 0 spins. Like I said, 0 skill required. Okay, so I set it up. Just trying to find the best way for you guys to see. Set it up, my arm is straight. This is important, so start straight arm, Pull with a bent arm, it goes behind you, stays flat. Now we have a couple options to catch it here. So one of the easiest options is one that we've already done. We've talked about a blind catch a couple times. It was in our first combo. We did backhand flip catch blind. That's gonna be your easiest catch for you. And it's easy because you can set it up before you even pull. I'm gonna be doing a lot of back and forth, okay? So I pull, this is my left hand right now. I can put it on my shoulder, palm facing up, and then fingers in the path of the staff. So when I pull the stick, all I have to do is just turn my shoulders just an inch, just to put my fingers in the path of the staff, and it should just come right to my hand. It's gonna be quick because your staff is literally only traveling from here to there, okay? So I can go bam, bam. You don't have to look at it. I would actually recommend that you don't try and look at it on the other side, just in case your stick is a little bit wonky and you don't want to smack yourself in the face like I did yesterday. And you guys all witnessed it. It still happens. I've been doing this for 30 years and I still hit myself in the face, even though there was a fridge involved. Okay, so left hand on my shoulder, not moving my feet. I'm just pulling and then gently shifting my shoulder and my hand into the path of the staff, and then it just touches my skin. Grab it with my hand. I'm gonna do it facing this way so you can see. I hope I don't break my window. Like that. Is that the right angle for you? Yeah, so I'm like literally doing nothing. Like I said, your grandma could do this. And I would love to see a grandma do this. Does anybody staying with their grandma that they can teach this dead stick skill to? Anyone? Please, opening that up. Want to see grandma do it. Okay, so that's your easiest catch you could do. Another version you could do is, we also did left hand back catch in our first week. Really easy to do. Again, you're gonna set your left hand up behind your back, palm up. You're gonna pull, and you literally pull like 4 inches and it's gonna land in your hand. You just have to get your pulling hand out of the way. This one's actually probably easier than the blind catch. Just bam, bam. So again, I'm just trying to keep that staff nice and flat. And I don't want to do that. I'm trying to keep my palm level the whole time. That's really the hardest part of the skill, and it's not going to take you very long. You just want to be very, very strict about keeping that horizontal plane. So even if your stick kind of comes up a bit, you can do it flatter. I know you can. So don't be satisfied with a kind of like tipsy stick. Deal? Okay, let's just learn to do it right now, and then it'll be easier later. Okay, so you can either do it with your opposite hand, behind your back, palm up, pull it straight. Fancy, here's the version I like to do. You're gonna do what I call a slap catch. A slap catch is a straight arm catch, and it is exactly what it sounds. You're just doing that, and you're catching at the same time. So you have to pull it hard enough that it will make it all the way to the other side so you can catch it with a straight arm, okay? So how you set that up is, here's your pull. The staff is resting on the top of my arm. I'm gonna take my opposite hand, which is my left hand, and I'm gonna match the staff. So both of my arms are facing forward. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna start pulling at the same time as my left arm is coming up and over, and I'm opening up to catch on the other side. So my left arm, this is this one, it may look like my right, is doing a rainbow. Notice my elbow is straight. I'm not doing this. Rainbow, and then grab the staff on the other side. It's gonna happen rather quickly because your staff is only going from here to here and it's not spinning. So it's just a torpedo. So if you can start it at the same time and find the timing for you, because again, might have a different staff, longer arms, might not get a good pull, or you're really good at pulling and it just sends it. So you just have to figure out your own personal timing. But as long as your arm and your stick kind of start at the same time, you could even start this one a hair sooner, you should be able to catch it on the other side. And I'm looking at the catch on this one. I have time to change my eyes to this other side. So I'm looking at the toss, I'm looking at my pull, and then I'm gonna follow my rainbow with my hands and catch it on the other side. But you see how fast I'm moving? I can't move any slower than that or I'm gonna miss it completely. Okay, I'm scared to turn around because I have a window right here, and this one, you miss it, your foot. So I can do it this way. find a good angle. Can you see that? That, can you see that? Jesus, this is dangerous. It's getting dangerous. Right, so my arm's just coming up, over, and I'm trying to grab right here, straight elbow. So that's how you're gonna end your combo, and it kind of puts you into like a really strong position at the end. I do love a strong finishing pose. Do not be afraid to add some sass into this, you guys. You're doing crazy shit. And if you end and you're just like, the audience isn't going to be like, yeah, that was fucking awesome. They're going to be like, oh, you're done. Oh, cool. But if you end it and you do your thing, and then you can like look back that you're strong in your stance, doesn't matter what the fuck you did, they're going to think you're the coolest person on earth. You literally could do nothing and like end in a strong pose, and God, people are going to love it. That's one thing that I learned when I was young, when I was competing, that you think you're making all these mistakes, but as long as you finish strong, your judges or whoever's watching you probably would have missed all those mistakes. So you can just end it like you mean it, and nobody will know. I'll do the whole combo a few times, slow, and then that's pretty much it. Good luck out there. Adjusting screens. Okay, so hand roll, backhand flip, catch backhand, up and over, high whip, low whip, come out. Just gonna change my angle, strike, strike, push to the back, dead stick. Okay? One more time. Bam, 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 bam. I'm gonna hit something. Oh, that's a stick going at my expensive computer. Maybe I'll move back just a hair. I just don't have the space, you guys. So that's it. It's really, there's a lot of angle changes and level changes in this one, and this is where the complexity starts to build. And if you haven't taken the time, if you want to put the whole combo together, if you haven't taken the time to build all of the foundations of technique you need to fully comprehend the movement that you're doing, each skill out, then you'll have a much better chance at getting through this. But like I said, your foundation is what sets you up to do these more advanced, complex combos and skills. So don't neglect the beginning steps. Beginner's mind, always. You're never too good to go back to the beginning and rep out that foundational technique. And that's all like basic flow, backhand flips, hand rolls, all of the stuff that I post in my tutorials. I've chosen those skills for a reason, because they're gonna set you up for other skills. So if you want more tutorials, or you really wanna dive in, go to my YouTube, it's Michelle Krista Smith. My Instagram, tons of tutorials, and I'm just gonna keep reposting all my old tutorials, and then I'll just keep reposting them, because like I said, you're never too good to go back to the basics, and going back to the basics after you've been practicing some higher level material is actually really good for solidifying the more advanced material anyway. So YouTube, Michelle Krista Smith, my Instagram, you're already here. There's tons of tutorials. I have my free course. There's 5 videos in that. Badassacademy.online is how you get that. Yeah, like that's a lot. So take your time. Again, if you missed all my live streams before, or any of them, you can go back. They're all on YouTube. And so you can watch them slower or faster, or just go back and pick up certain skills that you want to pick up. So that's about it for that. I will do a swipe through for this sometime this week, so that you know what you're doing. Is there a question? No, there's not a question. It's just a heart face. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'm just gonna make sure there's no questions worth answering here. Should be Deathstick to sound like a Mortal Kombat finisher. Not opposed to that. I am open to names for that Deadstick skill. Is there any questions on YouTube? Do some or all of these principles apply to using a spear? All of it. I said this multiple times, but all weapons and flow-based props share a universal language in the grid and the pattern that they will flow on. Of course, weapons-based combative movement is very different. It's economical and it is meant for a certain purpose of life and death. However, there is a grid to where those angles exist. This is getting into sort of that like sacred geometry, like tree of life, golden ratio thing. But all of those props that make any sort of circle are sharing a universal language. So these staff skills apply to house within a similar language. They all have their own dialects and different sort of sub-languages, but they all sort of follow the same grid. So anything you're learning with the staff can be in some way applied to any other weapon that you want. It may not translate exactly, but the, sorry, I just saw a really gross comment. All of the like bare bones of it are going to remain relatively the same, if that makes sense for you guys. What's the best / worst thing you've broken in your home when practicing indoors? Aside from like denting my refrigerator, nothing, because I never have practiced indoors. This is like this transition that I'm really trying to get used to. I've never trained, worked out, or practiced inside my home. It's always been a work-free zone, aside from like my office and like business stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to get used to working out in my house, because my working out and training is my job. Like, as I've chosen to be a professional in what I do, so it's my job. So for me, it's part of working is going out to work, going to a gym with a trainer, or going to class, whatever. And so now I'm like, how do I work out in my house? It's weird. And then I like do yoga or something, and then my cats are there. Like, God damn. I now see why people like have trouble finding time to work out. And it's not like I don't have time. I'm not in an environment that makes me want, it's not inspiring me to like move. Anyway, just having some times in Isolationville. Doesn't look like there's too many questions today, which is cool. Do you think you would beat Darth Maul? Sure. Why not? I like to be confident. Okay. I'm going to end it there. I really would love to see all of you guys' dead sticks and your versions of that. I really want to see somebody's grandma do it. So I don't have a grandma, so somebody do it for me. I want to see a grandma do it. Anyway, like I say every day, thank you so much for being here with me, for taking this 25 minutes every day to come and visit me. I feel very grateful and very honored that I can be in this place and that I can offer some strength and courage and inspiration to some of you. And just know that it goes both ways. I am inspired by all of you being here, offering great comments, and trying the stuff that I'm putting out. Like, just the reciprocation of that is really beautiful. It means so much to me to be able to share these skills and this experience and knowledge that I have, because why the fuck did I learn it if I didn't learn it to share it? So thank you for receiving it and taking it and making it your own. It just makes my heart feel so happy, and I really mean that. So thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. My commitment to you is that I will be here every day of this quarantine and perhaps beyond. So thank you again. I'm going to have my online private lessons and classes up within the next week. I'll have a Patreon up, and we'll just keep growing and building and learning, and we'll create a badass army of awesome people, and we'll all be BFFs forever. How about that? So I hope you guys have a really great Wednesday, I think. Yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, my friends.